ladies, this is the homework edition for the weekend and the week of June 13th to Friday 17th, 2022. We're gonna have 3 exercises that we're gonna work in the groups, FT7, FT12. It's the ab wheel and the plank, and then we have the glute thrust, and then we have the push-up. And I'm gonna show you the form, what I look for, and then you're gonna practice and practice and practice, and we keep on doing it until we get it right. Remember, practice makes perfect, and you will never be done in bodybuilding. There's always stuff to practice. Trust me, and that's the best thing because you will never be finished. It's a hobby that you will never figure it out fully. It's like being in love for the rest of your life with something mysterious lover. That's bodybuilding. All right. So first of all, let's talk about the glute thrust. The glute thrust is one of my least favorite glute moves. Never did much for me. But the more different kind of exercise we have, the better, because it's more fun and it's also easier to make your body understand that, yeah, you need to build more muscle. All right, so first of all, getting to the position, which means the top shoulders, the shoulder blades on the bench, but not your half torso. Now, if you look at me here, this is usually the mid-air position where women are thinking this is full hip extension. So imagine now I have a weight right over my bar. It will not change the way I'm gonna do the execution. So the workout, the weight, if it's 5 pounds, nothing, or 500 pounds, the same technique. The operator is how strong are you? How much weight do you have? That's the trick. All right, so the focus area is full hip extension. This is full hip extension. There's no bend, you don't see a little flexion here. So in order to get to this position, I'm tucking my, that was a hair in my head. I'm tucking my chin and look to my pubic bone here to cue myself in here, because if I don't, it's easy to end up in hyperextension, which is gonna cause you a lot of problem in your lower back. Look at my legs. They're very vertical to the floor. They're not here. In this position, you can't get into full hip extension, plus it's kind of bad angle. And if you're far out, it's gonna be more hamstring. That's another variation, but then it would be straight leg like that. All right, so now you know the full extension. Let me show you 3 reps. Should have thought about that before I get up. Okay, full. So this is gonna be the start position in the bottom. As you can see, I'm not letting my neck come out, and I'm not pushing myself over the bench like that. Because remember, the shorter the lever, the more weight you can use, and that's what you see at the gym, where the women love to have 5 plates on each side, but they're kind of not even going full extension. It's typical people. Second one I want you to work on is the push-up. In push-up, make sure your hair is stacked, unless you want to cut it off. I was gonna have the cat to cover my whole. She's my 12-year senior, 13 now. All right, so push-up position. Gotta rearrange here. I'm not gonna play with you now. All right, so about shoulder width apart. This is starting to the position. A regular push-up. Straight back, bad angle, but you cat are in the way now. Yes. How far away do I have to be? All right, position. So the first thing I see a notice on you is that you don't get into the right shift, so you have like the hands in front of you like this in a push-up. So first step from this to get into position, shift your weight over. So now the shift of the weight is right over my sternum, the end of the bottom of my sternum, the chest bone. So this is the start position. Clear, make sure you go, and right in the bottom you want to hit so the hands end up somewhere around your bra line on the bottom here. So even if you have saggy boobs right down to your elbows, you push them up to the push-up. Where you have the band bra, that's where I want you to have your hands lined up. It's not in front of you. So we're gonna do 3, okay? Shift weight, make sure you brace those shoulder blades into your rib cage by trying to kind of secure. Think about pushing your shoulder blades into the rib cage. It's the muscle underneath there. Is it subscapularis? Yeah. Wing scapula, something we're working on, and don't worry about it. It's not a death disease or death penalty. So go down. Stiff as a plank in your back. So what I don't want you to do is this. You see? Like a arch in your back. The third thing we keep on training, and for the FT7 Dream Body Force showing up, and also the Back to Root, we're gonna have the start of the challenge to focus on the core and the strength of the abdominals, because you need that in order to lift and do everything else. So again, what are we working on? What is so hard to fix? It's the flexion, all right? The flexion that I want to see is this. Now the technique when you do the ab wheel has been like this. I see that you're going down, you have the right position, but then when you come to midway, now it starts to get tough. Now you start to notice it's an ab exercise. But before that, when you're just hanging out here, you're kind of just getting started. It's like waiting to sprint, but it's never a sprint. And if you can only go to this level, it's much better to work on a lighter, less advanced move, so you can go all the way down to this position without ending up into lordosis. So this is the position you have to keep. It should be really stiff like that. Nothing should happen in your lower back in this move. And it's the same for drag clock. You see how stiff I am there? So if you can only, and I say that, if you can only go to here, good job. But it's a waste of time because you're gonna go into this move. And that's not how you train your abs for strong deadlifts. So those 3 we keep on doing. And one way to kind of tech yourself is to really do the cat-cow. Because you teach yourself how to do this up and down. It's like twerk, but very controlled. All right, so now we have stretches too, because you need that. Torso stretch, something that I do, and I don't forget it, and I do it all the time. The longer the band, the easier it is to do these. So you have to start again at your difficulty. So you might be all the way out here before you can do anything. And then the more flexibility, the more you can shorten it and go in. And you don't do this cold, so you see that when I can't go, I have to expand it. So then when you get warmed up, you're gonna be able to have a shorter one. So I love these, and I also love to go it sideways. This is good for the subscapularis I was just talking about. I just realized there was a whole hair there. Okay, so now we're gonna have, the second stretch is gonna be for the hip flexors. It's gonna be easier when you have less tightness here to get into full hip extension, because those are antagonists and agonists, or whoever is doing the work, the other one is holding it back. So we're gonna use the bench here and make sure it's sturdy. If you're gonna stretch this one, that leg goes up. Now this is the area I'm gonna stretch the hip flexor. So then I make sure that my hips are aligned, and then I go forward with a shitty man pose. Because if I arch my back, I'm not gonna feel it. So I'm really I'm really doing this. I'm feeling it here, and then you can extend like that and kind of hang out here. Really good one.
And then I want you to do one more thing. Hamstrings, okay? Hamstrings mobility. You know, I've done the one that I do sitting, but you are gonna do this one. You're gonna do the one with leg forward and lean forward to see how far can you go without bending your back. And I can do this with this leg because this one I have tears on. So I can just go and stretch like this. I get hacked. And I can't even do this one. I have to do other stretches because that's too much damage for my areas that I have to nurse and protect. So there's a lot of different stretches and we have to work it. And they're just like exercises. There's a variety and your body gets used to the stretches. So then we want to have a new variation anyway. All right, so now I wanted to just share a little bit of Elda's short workout, 10-minute workout. Elda is one of my clients and she needs to lose weight to get off the belly. I want to have perfect blood markers and heart health, so that's why I told her that if you don't have enough time to both work out with weights and also do all the cardio and diet, then it's diet king. Number 2 is a cardio, because that's gonna make you more healthy, fast, stronger, and reduce all the risk for all the bad diseases that come from sedentary lifestyle and junk food eating that causes obesity, and then you're in trouble. So Elda has only very little time to do it, so I'm gonna help her out to fit in tiny workouts. So I made her think about, can we fit in a 10-minute workout? What do we do? So when you have like a moment of time like that, 10 minutes, put a timer, and then these are the moves that I want you to be doing in that time. It doesn't matter. Alexa, stop. One second, wait. Thank you very much. So, where was I? Okay, Ella, 10 minutes. What are you gonna do then? So you set a timer for 10 minutes, and then you're gonna do moves that you're gonna keep on going like a circuit. It doesn't matter how many reps, it's like keep on going like a cardio. So I thought about that, and what you're gonna do then, Elda, is pretty much like this. Okay, so you're gonna start with your bodyweight squat, and you can keep on doing that as much as you want during this workout. And then you're gonna do stationary lunges, but you're not going to go all the way down, because remember, you just want to stay moved, so don't bounce your knee. Work on it so you are going backwards. Look here, I'm going backwards, I'm not going forward, because this way it's going to be easier to line up the knee to not coming too much forward, because this is what happens with a lot of people. Don't do this, bad. You see, this way, it's just going to make you have more banana legs when we want to work on the hamstrings and the glutes. After those two, you're gonna be side lunge. And then you're gonna do bird dog. And you can do it on knee or hand. This one. And then you're gonna turn it into your elbow planks. And there you wanna really do the shitty man pose, not this. So really work on putting your pubic bone into the wall, the floor. And you can pulse. Then you're gonna rotate to the side. So you do planks for obliques, slow and steady. Shorter movements if you don't have any. Then you can stay here and you're gonna do squatting on the knees. And then you can do a sumo stance up like that. And then we're gonna do airplanes. Oh, I'm gonna fall. That's a glute move I like, because you can't escape having to coordinate and squeeze the glute each time. And you can do this between the commercials. All right, and then you do the energy dance. All right, so that you can do as a circuit and just put a timer. And you have pretty much like worked your whole body, because everything you hold on to in planks, work the triceps and the chest, you just don't think about it. So that's what you can do. So now you know what I want you to check, and I will be back Monday. Then we keep on checking this thing, because we need to practice and practice, because then when we have the form, well, then we can load it, and that's when you start to build muscle, because before that, it's just neural adaptation, neural upregulation to make sure that your body, like, oh, She means lifting with the tendon and the muscle, or the muscle, the unit. Then you start to build. So you have to you're going through about 6 weeks or so usually, they say, about up regulation, that your body's like, wait, something's going on here. It's like prep. And then you have ability to start lifting. So it's like perfect. You have time, you practice, and then you add up the resistance in load, weights, resistance bands. And then you keep doing that. That's how it works. And when that workout isn't doing anything more, or doesn't give you pump, or it's just stale, mix it up. Another recipe. Wait, I'm not talking about food. No, the recipe is, well, brownie batter pod, but the recipe is a new workout that you're gonna stimulate to build more muscle. And then you repeat that. So it's the same thing over and over, but in different ways. All right, see you Monday. Bye-bye.